John Cage. When I was a student at Colgate University in upstate New York, students initiated an avant-garde festival.
We're going to start over, Renny.
It's actually, I mean, if you tilt down, because it's a little bit
It's kind of just has to do with the
positioning.
that you're reading.
Maybe I'll just give a tiny bit more. You can punch in a little bit if you want, when you want. Oops, I'm going to go this way. How's that? Is that enough?
Good. Tilt down a little. Okay, good.
Okay, I'm still rolling. So.
Okay, sorry, Renny. So whenever you're comfortable.
John Cage. When I was a student at Colgate University in upstate New York, students initiated an avant-garde festival. I still can't believe it took place at this tiny, out-of-the-way conservative school in 1967. John Cage presented a concert in the chapel, the only meeting hall on campus at the time. It was a full house, but even this audience expected a traditional concert. But no, as people filed in and took their seats, Cage and his old friend David Tudor were seated center stage at a small table that had a sensitive microphone placed nearby. They dropped coins over and over on the hard surface, seeing how many different kinds of sound they could generate. Everyone thought there was a delay and that the music would eventually start. But of course, the concert was the sound of the amplified coins. Ignoring the activity on stage, audience members chatted among themselves louder and louder as time passed, so that at times the coins could hardly be heard. After about an hour, Cage stood up and thanked everyone for attending, saying, "I hope you enjoyed it. We did. I heard many things I'd never heard before." The next day, there was a dance performance by Merce Cunningham's company in the gym, with live accompaniment by Cage. Afterward, people surrounded Cage, asking him questions, and I stood there in awe, eavesdropping. Somebody asked him what he thought about the war in Vietnam. He said, "Oh, you shouldn't use that word, Viet Cong. If you start differentiating between Vietnamese and Viet Cong, pretty soon you'll start making other false dichotomies, like differentiating between noise and music." Years later, Catherine Brown at Crown Point Press invited me to a party at her home. Cage was in town making prints with her, and he had gone mushroom hunting in the East Bay Hills. The guests were to enjoy a meal he'd prepared based on his mushroom finds. A notoriously picky eater, I'm not sure I ate much, if any, of the dinner, but one last time I basked in the man's benign, soft-spoken aura.